Hello and welcome to another video by yours truly. If you like it, please subscribe below and put on the notifications, and then any future videos you'll get notified. So thank you for dropping by. Today I'm going to show you how to do this project card here, and it's all basically done with Crafters Companions products. So we've got a nice die going down the side here. We've got the snow, the little penguin peeking over the top, and a bit of wording saying it's snow time. So that's the card we're going to be doing. These are the products we're going to be using. So this is the Gemini snow die that I've used. We've got the little Peekaboo penguin, and we've got the snowflake edgeable die creator card. So that's what we'll be using. We're going to be using a VersaFine majestic blue ink pad and a Memento tuxedo black dye-based ink pad. So let's get cracking. I have got a 6x6 blank square card, and that is where we're going to be cutting our snowflake border. So take it out of the packet. Now I'm just going to line it up here on my board here, my cutting mat, and I'm going to place my die about 1 centimetre from the edge. So I'm just going to get a bit of tape so we hold the die in place, and just get another bit for the other side, just like that. And then obviously I'm going to put this through my Gemini to die cut it. So I have got my clear plastic shim, cutting plate on the bottom, my clear plastic shim next, my magnetic sheet, which is a bit worse for wear, and another cutting clear plate on top, and we just send that through just like that. All those noises are just perfectly natural, nothing to worry about. Switch off the Gemini, take that out, put the plates back, and then very carefully, see that's cut absolutely beautifully. Don't worry about the tops and the bottoms. That's nothing to be worried about. And just peel off your tape. And very gently lift and ease the die cut out of the packet, out of the die. There we go. Put that once, and I'll clean that later. I'm sure you don't want me to. And all we do now is just take out these other little bits that are just slightly left behind. So quickly do that. Let's get these little bits out. And they come out very easily, there's not a problem. Just another one just at the top there. There we go. So what we have now is a nice snowflake border going down the side of our card. So we can now put that to one side and concentrate on the other elements. So what I'm going to do now is we can dispense with that. Put that to one side. Got a bit of scrap card here. I've got my snow die, so we're just gonna die cut that, and also the penguin. You can go hopefully up there, and again we're just gonna stick this in place. Get a bit of tape and another little bit for the snow, just to hold them in place. And I'm going to use my Gemini MIDI, so just need to cut this down a little bit. There we go, that fits happily into there. And then we can get our Gemini MIDI and pop that through. There we go, job done. And we can pop that back later. So we should have, there we go, our snow already die cut, nicely die cut, that's lovely. And we've got our penguin. So I'm just going to take off that, and then we need to stab in his head. So we're just going to move the die, and as you can see with the Peekaboo, I've put in a magnetic bit of sheet, an offcut, which I know these two dies go with this particular set, so it just keeps them nice and safe all in one place. So what we need to do now is, obviously I don't need to put that away because I need the penguin head. So retrieve him, get my little stamping block, and then because I'm going to colour him in grey alcohol markers, I'm using a dye-based ink pad. So black Memento Tuxedo Black, and very carefully line him up. You can't see him, so that just about does it, I think. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So that's what we have, and you can see where he's been die cut. So all I need to do now is just snip where it's already been cut and release my penguin, and just cut him along there. And all I'm going to do is just fussy cut around the rest of him. Along like that. Cool. There we go. So we have our little penguin. You can see that. So I'm just going to give him a quick little colour. So I'm using, right, let's go 3, 5 and 6. So these are the Spectrum Noir alcohol markers, and these are ice greys 3, 5 and 6. So I'm going to go in with the lightest one first, and I'm just going to do his little paws and the other side, and just over the head. And down the other side, and it just, there we go. And then I'm going to go in with a 5, which is my next darkest colour, and just do a little bit on the paws just to highlight his paws and the sides here, and down to his nose, down the other side, very gently. There we go. And I'm just going to go back in with the lightest colour, the first one I use, which is number 3, and just blend that in a little bit. Get rid of any. There we go. And then just very carefully, because this is quite a dark one, just that's all I'm doing on that. I'm going back in with the lightest one again, which is 3, and just blending that in a little bit so it's not quite so harsh. There we go. Cool, I'm happy with that. And last thing, I'm just going to highlight his nose. So what I am going to do is, and this is orange 2, so a little bit along his nose. There we go. And that's our penguin done. So there we go. I'll just hold that up to you. That's our penguin. So put that to one side so you don't lose it. So now we go back to our penguin stamp just to give it a clean. I mean, those of you who know me by now, I'm quite meticulous in cleaning stamps. Then I know that is good to go the next time I want to use it. So put that back in there, and we've finished with that, so that can be all packed away nicely. What we need now is our stamping platform, and put the block away, get our die cuts, our snow die cut. Now the secret is here. What I tend to do is roll up a bit of tape and put it on the back of your die cut. Now this just holds in place, and I'll show you how to do it. You just get a little bit of tape and you just roll it up into it, back on itself like that, if you can see that, hopefully, into a little tube, and then that will go in like that, and that will just hold it in position while we do these stamping. So we get our snow stamp, and very carefully place it on there. Bring the platform over, ink it up, and this is the VersaFine Majestic Blue, which is a lovely deep blue, which will contrast quite nicely with the card. We bring that over, press down, and if you've got any gaps, just redo it. It won't do any harm. Bring it over again, and because I knew that was a bit, just press it down a little bit more. There we go. And that's that bit done. So all we do now is clean our stamp again. A bit of And we've now finished with that little bit. So that can go back into there, ready for next time. Keep the stamps out because we'll be going to the little bits, the little wordy bits later. Put the die back with it. The stamping platform can go away. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add very subtly a little bit of sparkle, and I'm going to use the Spectrum Noir sparkle pens. I'm going to use the blue and just go down very subtly. I'm going to do a little bit there, very subtly, just down one side of the letters. Very carefully. And all this does is gives it a very subtle sparkle. Put that back. That's all you need. That's all I'm doing. Don't need anything major. It just gives it that hint. So I don't know if you can see that. If I hold it up and twist it around, you can see the sparkle on the edges of the letters. So there we go. So what we need to do now is bring all our elements back in. My little penguin. So I'm going to glue this snow down with a bit of wet glue. So a little bit of wet glue all around, concentrating, making sure you've got the edges. That will do, that's lovely. And that will go in the middle of my card, like so. Just give that a few minutes to set. Put the lid back on your glue, and then by which time this would have set. Quite happy with that. Now the last thing, we just need to get these words. So we've got it. So a little block, if I can find it. I did have it here earlier. There we go. And the black memento again, very gently. And I'm just going to position, and because it's clear you can line it up. There we go. So there we go. It's there already, so we've got that there, and we just need to give that a little clean. Put that back. Because they're so small, I'm just very conscious of not losing them. And it's use the time. So I want my little block again, whatever I've done with it. I've just dropped it down somewhere, as I'm apt to do. What to do? Oh, there it is. Again, very gentle inking on this one. And down we go. So there we have, it's snow time. So cool. Put ink pad away. Clean. The stamp. the little tiny diddy stamp. Put that away before we lose them. And put that one back before I lose that tiny little one. And put the die with it. And then that all can go back into its little packet. And the last thing we need is to get our 3D foam pads, which I've got here. And get our little penguin. And we just put some foam pads on the back of his paws. One there. Possibly one in the middle of his head. And we just peel off the backing. Sometimes these are really difficult. Sometimes they're really easy. Sometimes they're really hard, and you just, of course, when you're filming, that's when they take the longest time. But when you're doing it on your own and you've got no cameras or anything, it all goes swimmingly. So I'm just going to place my little penguin as though he's peeking over the snow, like that. So we have a little penguin peeking over the snow with the wording. And the last thing now is I've already prepared an insert, which I've done on the computer, and just need a little bit of tape. On the seam, on the crease, like that. Turn it over, do the other side. And that can fit quite happily inside the card. And just last but not least, which I do with all my cards, I have a little stamp up there and a little bit of memento again. Do a little bit. There we go. And that can go onto the back of the card to say it's been handcrafted by yours truly. So there's my back and there's the front, sorted. And that's how. And there's the back with my little stamp on at the bottom, and there's the front of the card. And that didn't take very long, and it's just a nice cute little card. What you can do, if you want to, you can die cut some snowflakes, add some snowflakes in the corners if you want. You could put some gems down the side here in the middle of the snowflakes if you so desire. So if you want to jazz it up a little bit more, you've got the option there of doing so. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much for watching. Again, notify, subscribe, that'd be brilliant. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.